It's still the program this morning on ITV, and like I said earlier on, our guest is right here with us. We are discussing 2023, ahead of 2023 elections, impacts of political debates. We have somebody on set, and he is a member of the Nigerian Youth Parliament. So you can say that he is the right person to speak to these issues because he is also an aspiring politician, and his name is Mr. Williams Omeji. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
We're still here with Tolulope Oguntimeye from sports to TMI. Well, like well, thank you very much. So, sir, the question is: we've seen so many political debates. How impactful has this political debates been on the outcome of elections?
Okay, let me first of all start by saying that. The 2023 election is a very important election in the existence of this country called Nigeria.
Okay.
So we've seen, like you said, we've seen debates, we've seen aspirants come to tell us what they will do for us at the end of the day. What is important at this point in time, if you're an aspirant, I've listened to, a good number of them. What is important now is that aspirants, political aspirants, should be talking about issues. Nigeria has a handful of problems. So any aspirant who wishes to become the president of Nigeria should speak to issues. But I'm, to an extent, disappointed that some of them are not addressing the issues we have at hand. They are instead throwing tantrums at one another. We've seen the height of political mudslinging. We've seen the height of political bickering. That is not what the nation needs at the moment. The forthcoming election is a critical election because it will decide the course of our collective destiny. The forthcoming election will decide who is happy in the country and who is not. Of course, you see what is happening. If you take a cursory look at what is happening right now, you will see that Nigeria needs to be rescued. So if you're coming as a political aspirant, what you should do is not to tell me what PDP did wrongly, or not to tell me what APC is not doing right, or to tell me what people did. I want you to talk to me about how you can rescue my future as a Nigerian, how you can rescue the future of market women out there as the leader, how you can rescue the future of the Nigerian youths, how you can position the country on the trajectory of growth and development. That is what we want to hear. We want to hear issue-based politics. We want to hear issue-based manifesto. We want to see all these things because Nigeria is bleeding at the moment. From the height of insecurity, to the burning of INEC offices, to the issues of vote buying, to unemployment, to poverty. These are issues we want to hear. Secure Nigerians. If you are a political aspirant, how do you want to secure the lives of the people you're going to be leading? So for the past years, successive governments, they have done their bits, but right now Nigeria is in a critical state. Nigeria is sitting on the edge of a precipice, and what we need now is a leader who looks beyond ethnic considerations, a leader who looks beyond political party considerations. We need a leader who is empathetic, who is compassionate, who wants to address the problems that we have, because we have a pocket of them. We have a lot of problems in the country. So if you're coming, what I expect to see as a Nigerian youth and as a Nigerian person is someone who talks to the issues, who speaks to the issues. That is what I've seen. That is what I want to see. So, but so far so good. Just a few of them have been able to speak to the issues, and I would wish, as a Nigerian youth and as a Nigerian person, that more political aspirants would speak to the issues we have, because we have plenty of them.
I'm really interested in what the way things are. But bringing you back to talk about issue-based discussion, and there are instances where people have been talking about so many things that has nothing to do with what the manifesto of candidates and stuff like that. We have had instances where people are focusing on political debates. Candidates must come for the losing way. INEC has come out to say they don't have the power to force any candidate to go for a political debate, and there is no bill in Nigeria constitution that has been passed that insists that all candidates must go for political debate. What do you think? The emphasis on political debate, will it produce the right candidate for us?
Well, actually, sometimes, let me go religious a bit.
Yeah.
They say, by their fruits you shall know them.
Yeah.
And they say, the Bible also says, I'm not a pastor,
yeah,
but I want to
know you're going philosophical about.
Yes, I want to say, sometimes you know the quality of a person through what he says.
Yeah.
You understand? Because they say, out of the abundance of the heart,
the mouth speaks.
the mouth speaks. So if I want to talk to you, Tolu, for instance,
Yeah.
if I want to know you,
Yeah.
it is by the things you say and the things you do.
Yeah.
So sometimes the way you talk, to an extent, gives me an idea the kind of things you would do. So that is why political debate is very important at this point. Come and tell Nigerians what you will do for the country. You can't just stay in your house and then aspire to a political position and then expect Nigerians to. Nigerians need to know you. They need to understand. They need to hear what you have to do for them, the plans you have for them. Let me even digress a bit. If you want to get married to a wife,
Yeah.
to a girl, you have to talk to her first.
Yeah.
Convince her that you're going to be the right man for her.
But you're going to talk to her face to face, right?
Yes.
Not using an intermediary.
Not having debate.
Not an intermediary. You have
the whole Nigerian
not using a
passport.
middleman, except you're going back to those ages
That's why you
where
have the media. The media is there to play the intermediary role. The media transmits whatever is said by a candidate to the rest of Nigerians.
But now
you
the
can't have them.
now-
You can't have them in a same.
now the question is, I see from what you're saying that you really like these political debates and you feel and you think that they are important,
Yes.
right? Now the thing is, majority of these voters, they don't actually get to watch these debates because they are at the grassroots, and you and I know that that is where the vote really comes from. So how does that tally?
Well,
Talking to people.
Let me also remind you that beyond the debates, politics is local. Politics is grassroots based.
Yeah.
So beyond the debates that we see in Abuja and other places, these people still go to the grassroots. And how do they convince people at the grassroots? Still by talking.
Yeah.
You still talk to these people. Talk to the people at the local level. You can't just, there's no how.
So you're saying that political debate is not enough?
Political debate is good, but not enough. And let me put it this way:
Okay.
Nigerian politicians are also going beyond political debate. But then, what I'm trying to, the point I'm trying to underscore is the fact that talking, telling people what you want to do,
Yeah.
is extremely important and inextricable in trying to vie for a political position. And these people are doing it well. So by the time after they finish talking to the media, they still go to the grassroots. This is something we all see. I'm talking from a participant observer's.
I know.
There's a silent line. Talking to people different from debate. We need to also understand that, because we have instances where candidates will go down to the grassroots, canvassing support from the grassroots. There are some candidates who are not blessed with the power of oratory. And when it goes to debate, they may not be able to stand some people. Let's take, for instance, somebody like Femi Fani-Kayode.
Okay.
When he speaks, at times you want to lick his mouth because he has the oratory power.
Oratory.
And there is a candidate who are more effective, who can even do the job more than Femi Fani-Kayode. But when you put them one-on-one, they talk about their manifesto, their programs and stuff like that.
Okay.
Somebody like Femi Fani-Kayode can be able to take the day. But does that make him an effective candidate?
And do not forget, debates are meant to score points.
Points.
It's all about it's all about scoring the highest points.
This way.
Yeah.
Every game has its own rules.
Yeah.
Okay.
Politics as a game
Yeah.
has its own rules. And part of that rule is that you will talk to your people.
Yeah.
Tell them what you want to do for them.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
I understand that talk is cheap.
Yeah.
You understand?
Okay, you agree to that. That talk is cheap.
Because you have who can
Talk is cheap.
Okay.
But we need to hear that talk.
Yeah.
Tell us what you want to do for us.
So what kind of method would you advise? Must it be through debate or through other enemy, whichever means?
Which is more effective? Which is more effective? Is it the debate or is it? Okay, now you know earlier you mentioned something.
When you talk, you do. That's what
Earlier you mentioned the attacks and burning of INEC offices and their facilities, and which has been ongoing at least from 2020 down. We have quite a number of them happening, and now as a citizen who is very, very much interested to vote, will it affect your zeal and your ability to want to go out and vote, seeing that the main place where the offices of the umpire itself are under attack? Will it affect you as a citizen?
Let me start by saying, let me start by going beyond myself. You know, like I said before, the forthcoming election is a very important election.
Yes, you've said it like 3 times.
Yes.
Why is it so important? Every election is important.
Yeah, but this particular one, Nigerians have woken up at this point in time. Nigerians are suffering. It's more like you just rouse them from their sleep, and everybody's interested.
That was the case in 2014.
No. This one, we are seeing the height of it now. No, what I'm trying to say is this. Personally, the general outlook so far, when you spoke to me yesterday about talking about the general outlook of 2023 election, I was passionate about it. Why was I passionate about it? Or why am I still passionate about it? It is because what I've seen so far gives me cause for concern. What I've seen so far, looking at the outcome of 2023 election, I'm concerned as a citizen because I have my fears. A situation where we have cases of arson on INEC properties, on INEC facilities, almost across the country. We have it in Enugu, in Osun, in Ogun, and other parts of the country, even the FCT. A situation where INEC facilities are burning, that is a clear indication that there may be a thwarted outcome after the election in 2023. And citizens have every right to be concerned. INEC is the umpire. So a situation where INEC is attacked by who I don't know. I don't want to say it's a plan, but of course we know it's a deliberate attempt. From what was said, it's a deliberate attempt to scuttle the 2023 election. But let me say this. How do you do things that are so inhuman to your own country? Politics has been taken to a desperate dimension, and I'm concerned as a person.
It has always been like that.
My concern is, by the time you force your way and become a leader, you force your way and become a leader, who are you leading? The people should pick their leader. The people should single-handedly, without coercion, without any form of interference, pick who they want to lead them, and they will be responsible for that choice they've made. But if you want to foist yourself on the people, that is the height of politics taking too far. That's politics taking too far.
Okay, from the way you're talking, you are assuming that this is actually orchestrated by some persons who are interested in political positions.
By political extremists. It's orchestrated by those who want to lead us by force. They want to destroy INEC facilities.
You do not have the facts for that.
but the fact remains that we're in the 21st century, for Christ's sake. Why must we resort to burning INEC offices? And it also shows that probably the INEC body are not also evolving as the years go by. Because burning of INEC offices shouldn't be a reason why people think they can try election. It shows that probably we are not even evolving.
When they burn INEC offices, people's PVCs are gone.
And which is really sad. Because at this stage, we should not be resorting to that. Physical PVC should not be a determining factor for us. If you have a number, already have the thing, you should be able to go to the polling unit and be able to say, this is my code, this is my thing, and be able to vote.
But Nigeria is not there yet. You're looking at the future.
It's a long-term trend.
That's the future we want to see.
Yeah.
But at the moment, is that future going to be feasible in 2023? No. So why don't we work with what we have right now? It was a very interesting conversation when I listened to Bola Ahmed Tinubu when he was talking at the Chatham House, and then a lady asked a very interesting question. How would diasporans who remit over 42 million naira or something, or dollars, I don't know, I can't be precise about the figure, to Nigeria? Now, she was asking if they will be given the opportunity to vote. Why do they not have opportunity to vote, even when they wish to do so? So Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in his response, says, our democracy is advancing. We have not gotten there yet. You understand? But from what he said, I could see that maybe plans are underway for that.
To get to that
you understand? So what I'm saying is, we are still managing. You understand? We are still trying to work with what we have at the moment.
Exactly.
Do you understand? So working with what we have at the moment, how do we make it effective? How do we make it utilitarian? How do we make it viable? The National Assembly just passed the electoral bill. Now we expect that in 2023 there's going to be electronic transmission of results. You understand? For me, like I said before, 2023 is a very important election because it's a trial election. We're going to try the effectiveness of the electoral
transfer of votes.
Yes. Do you understand the point? So for me, it's an election we don't need to play with.
Now I'm talking about PVCs that have been burnt in INEC offices.
Okay.
We are all, you and I know, we know
Yes.
that there's always a period for which you do your PVC registration and for which you go to collect your PVCs. So why do we still have PVCs Is it INEC? Do we blame INEC that we still have PVCs in INEC offices, despite the fact that INEC has given enough time for people to go collect their PVCs?
Let me start by
so if PVCs are burnt in INEC offices, whose fault is it?
Let me start by saying that you said when INEC has given time for people to collect the PVCs.
Exactly.
For me, even from the word continuous voters registration, you understand? The registration for PVC.
Registration has stopped now.
Yes. But let me start from there.
Go collect your.
Let me start from there. The registration should be a continuous thing. Collection of PVCs should also be an infinite thing. It should be a continuous thing as well. But we have a system where there's a timeline, there's a deadline for collection and registration of PVC. That is an anomaly in the first place. That is and
you don't know why there's always a timeline?
What?
You don't know why?
No, I'm saying whatever the reason, under an ideal situation, the INEC, you understand, should not put timeline to registration and collection of PVC. Just like ATM card. When you run, when you want an ATM card,
when it expires.
When it expires, you can always go to the bank and pick it up and register for anyone and pick it up. That is how the same system for ATMs should be the same system for INEC PVCs. The INEC office should be open at all times. Do you understand? For people to register and collect the PVCs. That is the way it should be. But they will give me 1,001 reasons why it shouldn't be so. But I'm telling you as a concerned citizen that should be the process.
Okay, what about the attitude of what about?
I was coming to the question you asked.
Yeah.
About why PVCs. Look, Nigerians are disinterested already. Let me tell you something. How many years have we had leaders up until this moment, and the country is still like this? Most persons feel, even with their PVCs, their votes will not count. But we, at our level, even at the Nigerian Youth Parliament and beyond, we are canvassing, we are crusading, we are advocating for people to get interested in the process, because this is your country. One person cannot rescue it. It takes a collective effort. This is our collective destiny. We all should be interested. We all should be involved in the process. We don't have to rely on INEC. We don't have to rely on political aspirants. We have to take back our country ourselves. Because whatever policies and decisions any leader who emerges makes, it's going to trickle down. It's going to affect the population. It's going to affect the way you do business. It's going to affect the way you live as a citizen of the country. It's going to affect you in very many ways. So why do you want to go and sit on the saddle?
You are a member of the Youth Parliament.
Yes.
Now, some of the things you mentioned brings me back to a major particular issue that has to do with the youth. We've seen instances where the youth have gone on social media making so many complaints, saying so many things about different candidates and stuff like that. But when push comes to shove, when it's time for the election, most instances youth don't turn out en masse to be part of it. Why has it been that case in Nigeria? Because you are part of the Youth Parliament. You should tell us why is it? Because we have instances. During the time of the election, the people who turn out at the end of the day happens to be the market women, the member of the road transport,
even the elderly,
and the elite don't turn up en masse, especially the youth.
Well, clearly, let me make it clear to you that Nigerian youths, I'm not talking about now, we are acutely disinterested in the process, because there were times in the past where they exerted their fidelity to voting and choosing the candidate, but their votes didn't count. And looking at what is happening in the country, if you are a Nigerian youth, a situation where you go to school and you have to pound the streets to look for a job, a situation where you are promised security and what you get is the height of insecurity, a situation where you are faced with unemployment and poverty, and they have weaponized hunger, unemployment, and all of these things. If it happens to you like that, you are bound to be disinterested in the system.
What happened to patriotism?
Okay, you're driving at the point.
No, yes, I'm driving at the point. I said that was before.
Okay.
Right now, Nigerian youth, especially after the NSAS protest, Nigerian youth have seen that they are very important and critical stakeholders of this country.
And you believe that most Nigerian youths have their PVCs and they are ready to vote?
I'm telling you that in relative comparison to what we had in the past, yes, there is an appreciable level. There's an impressive level of acquisition of PVCs by Nigerian youth. The reason is because they want to take back their country. Very simple. They want to be able to...
Now I'm talking about taking back their country. Yes. Youths want to take back their country, right? And the not too young to run bill was passed years back. and it's supposed to be functional as we speak, but we don't get to see these youths coming out.
You don't blame young people for
coming
that.
out to contest,
You don't blame young people for
vying
that.
for position,
No,
as in going for it, that as they should.
Charity, when you say you don't see young people, remember there's a system already.
Okay.
Okay.
There's a system that is manned by people who are not young people. The gerontocratic class. They are manning the system. Young people are interested. Look at it. When during the time of purchase of nomination forms, young people came out. But how many of the political parties gave tickets to young people?
Then you say purchase now. When they come with their money, they'll buy.
Yes. Thank you very much for that, for reminding me of that.
Yeah.
How many young persons in Nigeria, with the way Nigerian economy, with the way Nigerian society has impoverished young people, how many young persons can boost of 5 million in their account?
Are you serious?
Let alone coughing out 100 million to buy.
But wait.
Excuse me.
But wait, let me just go on a lighter note. When you say how many young people can cough out 5 million,
Yes.
but who are the people we see in clubs and doing what is that thing that you call?
Maybe the people you see in club are not interested in politics. But
are they not youth? They are youth. Buying champagne, spending millions, tens of millions.
What do you talk about?
Buying what is that thing they call Doremi?
Why do you talk
Spending so much
money?
money.
About those you see in clubs? Why don't you talk about the millions?
I don't know youths.
The thousands of Nigerian youths you see who are interested in the politics, in the polity. In politics. Wait. Don't talk about those. Don't tell me about the fragment you find in clubs.
Okay.
We're talking about the multitudes who are interested in politics and
No, the fragments, they take the money there. That's what I'm talking about. They take the money.
Charity.
Maybe this is what you're talking about. Let me tell you something. There's something about a Nigerian youth.
Okay.
A Nigerian youth who has legitimately made his money.
Yeah.
Who is interested
We'll not go to it.
in developing the country. You don't to lavish whatever they've sweated to make.
Okay.
Maybe you find those Yahoo boys right down there. Maybe you find those fraudsters.
You don't
I'm not saying that every clubber is a
exactly.
fraudster.
Somebody can just decide I want to enjoy my money.
Those who are interested in the polity have made their money legitimately. The 1 naira they have, they made it legitimately.
Yeah.
So, with the little they've made, okay, let me even use myself as an example.
Yeah.
I was interested in vying for a political position.
Oh,
but
you don't say.
But when I asked myself the question,
Yeah.
100 million to buy nomination form.
Yeah.
You were there for presidential.
No, not presidential. I'm coming. I'll get to that level.
Okay.
100 million to buy. For instance, even if I want to go for presidential election,
Yeah.
now they say I have to pay 100 million, or even within that range.
40 million is
Yes.
there. Some
Yes.
parties
To be honest
20.
with you, I can't lie to you. This is national television.
Yeah.
I can't lie. I don't have that kind of money.
That
So
is-
even if I have the vision,
Yeah.
even if I have the vision,
Yeah.
even if I have the objective, even if I have the interest to rule Nigeria,
Yeah.
or even to make my own input, even
Yeah.
at my own local level,
Yeah.
and I'm constrained by finance,
Yeah.
by the kind of finance they've put.
Yeah, on it.
You understand?
Yeah.
How will I be able to unleash the potentials I have?
That brings us to a major issue.
Yes.
Our ability to be able to sell our candidacy. You talked about the fact not having 5 billion naira. Nobody expects you to have 5 billion naira in your bank account. But your agenda, your programs. You talked about some people going to spend 10 million naira, 20 million naira in clubs. What stop a candidate who has the interest of really governing the country to sell his idea and concept to those people who see the sense in investing? But in most instances, we will not be able to do that. At the end of the day, we are waiting for somebody to put something.
Let me rescue you.
To start the lesson, I'm coming. To start the lesson, would you say some of our youth are not lazy enough to be able to sell their agenda and to candidates who can invest in their program?
Tolu, please, I'm sorry to cut you short.
Okay.
But I have to say this.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you the truth.
Yeah.
You're saying this in a country where politics is about he who pays the piper dictating the tune.
Okay.
Nigerian politics at the moment, I'm sorry to say this.
Yeah.
I hope nobody comes for me.
Yeah.
Nigerian politics has become so monetized.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you come with very brilliant ideas.
Yes.
You come with visions that will change the course of our collective destiny.
Yeah.
You come with programs that you know will impact the nation very positively.
Yeah.
And now you go to the grassroots and you're talking to them about vision. You're talking to them about you're verbally telling them what you want to do. My brother, they've commercialized politics. Such that there's consultation to make when you want to buy for a political position.
Yeah.
And when in the course of consultation, what do you do? Do you just go and say, my brother, I came to tell you that I want to become the president of Nigeria?
No, I think all is required is called a cola now. You buy cola.
Which cola? Yes, you are a journalist. Wait, okay. Wait, let me talk to her. Which cola?
Cola nuts now.
Even as a journalist.
Cola nuts. Cola nuts.
Excuse me. When
Cola nuts.
You are a journalist.
No, don't go there.
When journalists come to interview you on ambition, don't you give them brown envelope?
No, we don't. It is against the ethics of the profession.
I'm telling you that.
It is against the ethics of the profession.
Okay, if I want to, if they don't give me a brown envelope, this is ITV. I want ITV to come and cover my political debate. Would they do it free of charge?
No. That is not brown envelope because ITV is a private station.
Okay.
Of course. That
don't
get some subvention from government.
Money is involved. That's what I say.
It's a different ballgame.
If I don't have money and I want to give my potentials to the nation, or I want to lead and I don't have money, how does the media, who according to you runs a private organization, how do the people out there, how do they support me?
But that brings us to a major issue that we know for a democracy, you need money to run democracy.
Yes.
So for you, not only Nigeria, even in Western world, you need money to
be able to campaign. Don't forget that in Western world, in Western world, understand me first. In Western world,
they look for money.
No. People give primacy to ideas first.
Yeah.
But I know that for you to
I come with Nigerian parties candidates. I've not been able to say that. Okay, let me bring you back to a issue. You talked about the fact that politics in Nigeria is monetized. And some of the candidates, the young people, let me build a background for you. The white people were set up to be able to provide a forum for the young people. Unfortunately, they have a very young person as a chairman. But how come the young people have not been able to see white people as a platform to be able to set their agenda? How come people are not going to white people to support them? That's a major source of worry. And young people. And that party was set up for young people. I'm driving at the point. Now we talked about, we have instances where people complain about so many things. But in the same instant, in this country, we have a young set of people set up an online business that generated so much money. We have companies outside the shores of this country are investing, and they were able to sell that company for over $100 million in the same country. How did those two young people, able to marshal their thoughts and ideas and find investors to be able to buy into their idea and make money? The same thing with politics. How come our young people cannot be able to sell their idea to the right set of people who see them as a viable candidate to invest in and be able to support their agenda? That is a major worry that you, as a member of the youth parliament, should be worried about.
And now, I want to ask you a question now. You talked about politics being monetized. We're still talking about monetization of Nigerian politics. Of course, even there was one political debate I watched where one of the candidates said that we should not deceive ourselves. Politics in Nigeria is very, very expensive. As a youth, what would you say should be done to make politics in Nigeria not too monetized? Because that is what makes people see it as a cash cow. Everybody wants to be there.
Okay. I will start with you.
Okay.
Those people that came with those brilliant ideas that are making money with it, tell them to go and sell those same ideas to politicians. It will be dead. They will kill it. They will kill it because politicians believe in one thing. Okay. They believe in weaponizing deprivation, hunger.
Not all politicians.
No. Okay, thank you. Some politicians weaponize. Some politicians weaponize deprivation, hunger, brokenness. When you're working with them, they don't want to empower you financially.
Yeah. So you can always come to them.
So that you always be broke.
Yeah. Do you understand? Yeah. So go and sell those ideas to them. They will see you as a threat. Okay. And that is the thing we want to root out of the system. When you're a politician, when you're a leader is compassionate. A leader wants to make more leaders. A leader wants to build you so you can build the society. That is what a leader is for. That's what leadership is about. Organizing people, helping them take collective decisions that will trickle down, that will also eventually or consequently lead to national transformation. Now, you go the typical political milieu or environment we have today. You have different ideas as a young person, and then you go to an older politician who should be mentoring you. Rather than seeing an opportunity to mentor someone who will take the shoes when he resigns, he wants to perpetuate himself in politics, and therefore, as a matter of consequence, sees you as a threat. How do you advance the cause of a nation like Nigeria that is so challenged? My brother, Nigeria ranks third in the global terrorism index. Do you understand? A lot of Nigerians are living below poverty line. So what are you telling me? You should be concerned as a leader. You should be concerned in raising people. In my church, for instance, my church has a logo, raising leaders that transform society. If a church has that vision and they are working with that vision, the nation should have a popular magazine, a popular mantra. I dare say that at this point in time in our critical national existence, we should be talking about raising citizens who will take over the reins of power and transform Nigeria.
So how do we demonetize politics?
How we can demonetize politics is through the same way. Political parties should now relax some of the policies they have, especially the monetary policies. Let me start from there. Political parties reduce the amount of money young people have to pay. So not only young people, aspirants have to pay to get nomination form. Let's just start from there. Reduce it, and that is why I echo the manifesto or the words of Peter Obi. I'm not campaigning for anybody. I already have my candidate, and I know.
You have mentioned like 2 political candidates here.
Yes.
You may have to pay. You may have to.
Why I'm mentioning Peter Obi is because Peter Obi is big on cutting the cost of governance.
Okay.
You understand?
We've had that before.
To answer your
we have had that before. Cut cost of governance.
Political parties have to now cut the cost of purchase of nomination forms. So when people are interested in leading, give them an opportunity. Let us worry about what the resources they will use in doing political campaigns. Let's worry only about that. Okay. But then, it is outrageous to tell somebody to pay 100 million.
We're running out of time. I can see that you're saying it. Okay, at the last, finally, now on a serious note.
Okay.
On a serious note, is it more about money or more about political affiliation? Because from taking a cue from what Tolu said earlier on, there's a younger candidate in another party. Why are the young people not queuing behind that young person? So that brings me to my question: is it more? Is it the money, or it's more about political affiliation?
Well, at the moment in our political life as a nation, it's about the both that you mentioned, money and political affiliation. Let me explain. Now, for you to be affiliated to, for you to be relevant to a political organization in Nigeria, you have to have money. I'm sorry, but this is the issue that we have right now. You have to have money.
So don't you think,
as a nobody,
but don't you think the young people will actually make a statement if the young people collectively decide today that we are going to queue behind that young person that is there?
Young people in Nigeria are unfortunately bifurcated along political lines. Let me tell you, I have friends, and I'm telling them, brother, in the interest of the nation, this is clearly the right way to go.
And they are not going there.
And they are telling me, brother, be talking about idealism.
You see?
No. Be talking about
so even the current set of youth we have does not buy into the idea, their own idea.
That is the problem. No,
so we have a generational problem.
That is why I'm here. I'm a problem.
Even the set of the youth we have.
Exactly.
In the past, when the likes of Nnamdi Azikiwe, they ruled this country at a very young age, 32, Yakubu Gowon, 32,
that was the goal.
Now the youth of our days are not speaking about that. They are busy towing behind the oldies. They are not ready to even take the bull by the horn.
Because poverty, unemployment, hunger have been weaponized. So these people are looking for an escape from the harsh realities of their moment.
At this point, thank you very much. It's been a heated discussion with Omeji Williams, an aspiring politician. I can see that, a member of the Youth Parliament. As a member of Youth Parliament, so you are heading towards that.
Towards leadership, not politics.
Okay. Whatever you say, this is what we say. Well, it's been wonderful having Omeji Williams on ITV on the program discussing the impact of political debates on our general election. Like you just said one thing though, that 2023 elections is going to be a deciding factor. So if you have your PVC, get your PVC ready. Guard your PVC, guard it very, very well. Do not allow anything to happen to your PVC so that you can be one of those people that decided what course this country is going to take. Thank you very much for being part of the program. We will take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to tell you what ITV has in store for you for Christmas Carol.